Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my top 5 anti-aging eye makeup tricks. Yeah, I don't know, that was a total mouthful. I hopefully will come up with a better title for this. But I wanted to show you guys, as we age, as our skin gets older and gets more mature, we have to adjust the way that we do our eye makeup. We really cannot do the same things that we used to be able to do when we were in our teens and our 20s and even our early 30s. We have to change up what we do on a normal basis so that our skin and our eye makeup and everything still looks flattering and bitching and bomb. So you guys are going to be following along today as I kind of do my eye makeup and show you different techniques that I do also talk about in depth in this video. And I just really try to give you guys the best pieces of advice that I can give you from my own professional experience through working with more mature clients. These are kind of the tips that I bestow upon you. Please use them for what they're worth. Let's just jump into this video. Alright guys, we're going to start with my number 1 tip, and that is do not neglect your brows. Honestly, this could be a tip for anybody, you know, getting a little bit mature, even younger, but as we age, our brows start to thin, they start to turn unsightly gray colors that none of us like. So honestly, it is so important to still fill in your brows. What they do is they frame your entire face, they kind of give it some structure, and they also give your eyes instant lift. Trust me, when you don't do your brows, you can notice a huge difference. So I would have to say on the majority of my clients, as you know, younger, older, whatever, I do tend to use powder products. This is the Anastasia, this is the Duo Powder, the Brow Duo Powder in dark brown. The thing that is, I guess, a con with it is you do have to buy an extra brush to actually apply it, but it does go on very soft and it does give you definition on your brows, and it's pretty much idiot proof in my opinion. If you like a little bit more definition and if you still are like a pencil queen through and through, I highly recommend doing some kind of a brow wiz. This one is the NYX brand Micro Brow. I also do love the Anastasia one. This one is a little bit more budget friendly. I think it's only like $5, $6, $7, maybe $8, whereas the Brow Wiz is definitely closer to $20. If you guys are on a budget, I recommend the NYX one. It's basically the same. If you guys want to opt for the Anastasia one, it's awesome as well. But this one will still give you great definition. This is what I filled in with my brows today. But you have the nice spoolie part on this end, and you have the product on this end, so you do not need an extra brush to apply the product, which is very nice. So guys, tip number 2 is try to stick as best as you can with all matte shadows. As we age, shimmery shadows just start emphasizing everything, like lines, wrinkles, discoloration. If you have bumps on your face, if you have unwanted texture, it will emphasize anything that you don't really want to emphasize. So this is definitely my number 1 recommended eyeshadow palette for someone that is looking for a little bit more higher end but budget friendly, and also someone who is looking for a palette that's, I don't want to say idiot proof in a bad way, but it's just simplistic and just you don't even have to think about what you're doing when you're using this palette. I love it myself. As you can see, I'm down to pan on almost every single shade in this palette. I really love them. It's great quality. You can use pretty much every single shade in one look. You don't have to bounce through different palettes. You don't have to worry about it not looking good, because pretty much every single shade in this palette is matte except for this Venus shade right here. But what I love about that is that if you completely cannot just completely give up glitter, I shouldn't say glitter, but shimmer, what I use is I use that Venus shade in my inner corner and my brow bone to show you guys that you can still use that shade as you age, but it's something you just use in the little subtle spots that just kind of give that extra pop without it being like, holy crap, you look like a disco ball on your eyes. These are 2 other palettes that I recommend for more mature aging skin. The first one here is the original Tartelette palette from Tarte Cosmetics. What I love about this so much is that it is a fully matte palette, but you get so much color variety in it. You really could change up your look every single day of the week. It gives you variety, it's all matte, it's just all good, and it's great quality. And the last palette recommendation I wanted to give to you guys is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. What I love so much about this, again, it's pretty much an all matte palette. You get a variety of really pretty warm and cool tone shades, nice packaging, even though mine looks like a dog chewed on it. I also really love this Transforming Pearl shade. It's a very beautiful highlight. Again, a little bit on the pearly side, but nothing like too over the top or it looks like you just like slapped hooker glitter on your eyes. Honestly, I don't know why I stopped using this palette as much. I like saw it in my collection. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta recommend this. This is like an awesome, awesome palette for more aging and mature skin. So for tip number 3, while I don't recommend completely getting rid of eyeliner in your life, because I mean all of us feel kind of naked if we don't have something on our eyes, I just recommend opting for more of a brown or a dark gray or even a plummy purple color. What that does is it really helps to emphasize the color of your eyes depending on what the color of your eyes is. So for example, brown pencils really emphasize blue and green eyes, and then the purpley plum ones make green eyes pop insanely as well as brown eyes. Gray also is a great alternative as well because it's not as harsh as black, but it still gives you that definition and that depth that you're looking for. A couple pencils that I absolutely love and that I recommend to everybody basically. The Rimmel Scandaleyes pencils, these are waterproof. I really love the brown one. I love them. They're very budget friendly, and they also are waterproof, so that's definitely a plus if you have watery eyes. The next pencil that I'm absolutely in love with is this Naked pencil. This is the Naked Duo pencil by Urban Decay. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with the Urban Decay formula. Their eye pencils are incredible, but this one especially I really love. I actually used to have like a smaller little tiny version of it, and then I invested in the big one. This one has my favorite shade of all time, which is Whiskey. This side right here. It is the most beautiful, like deep brown, like warm brown, terracotta brown shade ever. What I did was I took a flat shader brush and I just blended it out to smoke it out along the lash line, so you could tell that you still had definition there, but it wasn't like a harsh like line across your lid. It wasn't like, it's blended in, it gives you definition, it gives your lashes some kind of a base to work off of, but it doesn't look like a harsh line on your lid. And the last pencil I'm going to recommend is this Stila pencil right here. This is the Stila Smudge Stick waterproof eyeliner in the shade Half Moon. What I really like about this is that it is a gray shade. It's not a deep dark black shade. So while it's still deep, you don't have that harsh kind of a contrast that a black eyeliner will give you. You can still put this right at your lash line, still blend it out, give yourself that smoky effect, but it won't look nearly as harsh as a black pencil would. Tip number 4, do not fear mascara. I work with so many ladies that as they start to age, they really start to fear wearing mascara on their lower lash line. Even on their upper lashes, they're just a little apprehensive about it. And honestly, mascara is still so important as we age because it really opens up our eyes and really helps define them. But we just have to kind of switch up the products that we use. On the lower lash line, instead of using like a harsh black mascara that sometimes can leave fallout or make your eyes look even darker, switch over to a brown mascara. A lot of times that'll just look very nice and natural, but still gives you definition underneath and won't help your eyes look any darker than they need to be. If you want to stick to a black mascara on top, I would highly recommend switching to a waterproof formula. Again, as our eyes as they age and get watery and gross, waterproof mascara is definitely the way to go. What I like about waterproofs, especially for my clients, is it helps hold the curl much better. I also definitely recommend investing in a good pair of lash curlers. These are the Shiseido lash curlers. They're a $20 lash curler. It made me throw up in my mouth, but I swear to God, it was life-changing. And then I put about 2 coats of this mascara on my upper lashes and my bottom lashes because unfortunately I don't have a brown one on me right now. But I do really love this, and this is a budget-friendly mascara. You get this at the drugstore, at Walmart, at Target, wherever. It's only a couple dollars, and they come in so many shades, as well as a waterproof formula. Tip number 5, invest in a good set of brushes. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy the most expensive brushes in the entire world, but it helps immensely when you have good tools to use. An artist is only as good as the tools that she uses. I myself would be nothing without a good set of brushes. You need brushes that do the work for you. So a couple of my favorites that I wanted to show you guys, this first one here is the Sephora Pro Crease Brush. What I love so much about it is how fluffy it is. So I love using this on my brow bone just to add some highlight, really help like blend out shades. If I get a little heavy-handed in the crease, I can go in with this brush right here and just blend it out real nicely. My go-to crease brushes, like I cannot do my makeup without these brushes in my life. The MAC 224 is my #1 ride or die crease brush. I don't know where my life was before this brush. Can't even imagine my life after this brush. I want to be buried with it. It is literally my favorite eyeshadow brush of all time. I just love how it gets right into the crease. It helps me lay down all my first like initial transition colors. And then I go in with this. This is the MAC 217 brush. This is what I go in to add a little bit more definition in the crease as well as the outer corner. And then just a couple other like, I don't know if they're even completely necessary, but I do end up using them mostly on a daily basis. This is the Sigma shader lid brush. This is the E56. I love this because it's just a nice flat brush for packing on shadow onto the lid. And then this brush right here is a Morphe brush. It doesn't have the number on it anymore, unfortunately. But it is a nice flat shader brush. I have a couple of these in my collection. I like using flat shaders right on the lower lash line to add a little bit of definition with powder, and then I'll go in with other brushes, namely this guy right here, to blend it out. And my bonus tip I'm going to leave you guys with today is never let anybody tell you that you can't do something. No. You do whatever you want to do. You do you, girl. I mean, seriously, do whatever you want. You want to wear gel liner and you want to do like a crazy ass wing, do it. No one's going to tell you no. Just do it. Do it. I mean, seriously, it's your face. You have to wear it. Do whatever you want. I always tell my clients, just do you and just really make your look your own thing. These are tips and tricks that I gave you today. I obviously highly recommend that you follow them because I do think as we age, these tips will help your makeup look a lot more natural and it will just really transition well with your skin. But honestly, just wear whatever you want and just be your own person is my best advice that I can give to you guys, and from my heart I truly believe that.
Sadly guys, we have come to the end of this video, but thank you guys so much for watching today. Please make sure you stay tuned for part 2 of this series where I talk about my favorite makeup and skincare tips for aging and more mature skin. I love you guys so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I upload a video. If you hit that bell, that'll also help out a lot too. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.